Hello everyone, welcome in. My name is Pixlriffs. Happy Sunday. Happy egg. To those of you who celebrate. Welcome on in, hope you're all having a good weekend. We're back on Empires for today. It's going to be a good one, I think. Especially after last time, because last time was kind of a mess. If you folks weren't here, or for those of you who didn't quite remember. Last time around, I died in lava, lost a lot of my stuff. I did go back and get my stuff after the stream, but I had to go out and get another set of elytra. We went out to the end. We found a weird, beehive dangling from a tree branch right next to an end city. No idea how that got there. And then my internet crashed. Or at least the upload speed was fine, but the download speed was a problem, so I couldn't see chat. We did a Minecraft bingo run, because it was one of the things I could do offline when I wasn't connected to the server, and then I got a PB right as the rest of my internet went out, and nobody got to see it. I did post it on Twitter afterwards, but yeah, after that, I did record a little bit of an episode where I was getting a bit more of my stuff back. I went back to the spot in the nether where I died. A lot of my stuff was still there, so I got my tools back, because they were made of netherite. My elytra, fireworks, and ender chest had all survived, and there was a fair amount of stuff that I could have lost, and I didn't, and I'm quite happy about that. Unfortunately, one of the things that I still need to get back is a decent axe, but I think we can probably work on that a little bit today, as well as my plan for today is we're going to be working on the castle, because we have a lot of building to do, it turns out. So yes, we are hoping for a much more chill stream than last time. I have a diamond axe, and I don't think it is enchanted yet. Oh, no, it is. It has Silk Touch, of course. Yeah. So I got a few more levels. I did some enchanting. I combined a couple of things, and I've got a Fortune 3 pickaxe again. It doesn't have Efficiency 5, but it has mending and everything. And this axe could do with mending, but for now has Silk Touch. And for the most part, I'm happy with that. I think we can probably be okay with that. I did get a bit of stuff from raiding end cities. So we have some diamonds, some more shulker boxes, all that kind of good stuff. And I have a bunch of iron and whatnot that I was gathering together from beacons and things, I think. That might have been why I had my preservation kit on me, because a lot of my iron blocks and stuff go in here for when we're planning on using those. So, I haven't had a chance to get on Empires all that much this week, so some stuff is still going to be more or less as we last saw it. I'm just going to leave these here, I think. I made a lot of anvils when I didn't need to, and this, I think, deserves to go away somewhere. Do I have a spare bucket around here somewhere? I don't, but I have some iron in here that I can turn into another bucket so that we can at least have a water bucket for what we're working on today, because I get the impression that I may end up taking a bit of fall damage today from working on stuff around the castle. So here is what I'm planning on doing. We're going to build up the walls of a specific structure within the castle boundaries, and that's probably going to be something that we work on together. I have not done a great deal of drafting of stuff in creative worlds or whatever either, so this is going to be more planning than any of the other stuff that we could be doing. But I'm planning on grabbing a bunch of this. We'll probably bring a lot of basalt, polished basalt and regular. We'll get another stack of that. Hope everyone's having a good Easter Sunday. Yes, I hope so too. So, I got to thank a few people, because we got a hype train rolling. A Revolutionary Pirate, Scotsman, Stellaris Lex, Ginger, thank you for gifting a sub to Dr83, helping out your fellow mods, always lovely. Wobbly Prime and Notorious DAD, thank you all for the resubs and the bits. Very kind of you all. So over here is really what I want to work on. We're going to be building this up. And I think we're probably going to start by... we're going to expand the foundation around the outside of this. So we're going to have a few bits and pieces like this that are going to be either polished basalt or regular. We're going to build this up from the foundation that we have. The Dude 1469 gifting 5 subs to the community. Thank you very much. And U of M, thank you for the 100 bits. Hope you all have had a wonderful weekend so far. Yesterday, had a fantastic stream with Zloy XP, playing a bit more Elden Ring. That's going to go up on the VODs channel pretty soon, along with some of the other streams that I have not yet uploaded there. So keep an eye out for those. Can clear that. Shaylee, thanks so much for the 21 months. Welcome back. Ginger, thank you for the 100 bits. Strath with the 10-month resub. Thank you very much.
Well, that's just prime.
Wait a second. I feel like that shouldn't be there. Right? Yeah, because this is quite clearly an odd numbered structure. That's 3 blocks wide. And most of this should be okay. I want to get a few more, like, purpley blocks in here, I think. Like, maybe amethyst for the roof further up. Loving the stream tunes? Yeah, this is all just from Pretzel's chill playlist, so... Usually a pretty good selection of music for Minecraft kind of stuff. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. We're going to be using the free cam view a lot just to look at this from a distance and see what's up. I think this wall is ultimately going to be a little higher, but that's fine. Part of what we want to achieve with this structure is getting the best view of it from inside the castle grounds, not outside. So I think this will work out. We'll go up one more block all the way around the perimeter. Nothing magenta? No, I think basalt and blackstone in particular have quite a lot of purple in their textures. These aren't like purely grey blocks, right? Like there's a little bit of, like if you look at the individual pixels of that, there's this kind of purpley grey vibe going on with some of them. And so if you start using purple blocks elsewhere in the structure, it's actually going to fit in fairly well in terms of color harmony, which is a desirable product here. Going to build up the rest of the walls just using natural stone because we have a lot of that. And because I want to make sure that each of these walls continues further up as part of the structure. We may end up with some of these being converted into, like, windows, like here on either side of this, for example. I like the idea of there being windows. Perhaps on all 8 sides, because this is already meant to be an octagon, right? Like, we've used a tool to find an octagon of a certain diameter, and then I think it's minecraftshapes.com is the website, amazingly, where it offers you the option of connecting some of the lines internally to create what it calls stellations. So where the corners of the octagon begin, it draws a line across those, and then it draws a line across the diagonal here behind the line of the outer face of the octagon. And so you end up with a lot of really nice, like, interconnected lines, and we're kind of using those as the structural elements for this build. Mecky Moose, thank you so much for the 12 months. Everyone spam the word nerd in the chat, please. Thank you so much for the 12-month support. Enjoy that nerd sub badge. Welcome to the nerd herd. Thank you so much for the full year supporting the channel. And Obu, thank you for the 18 months. Mythical Beast 121, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Okie dokie. So we need to find something that's going to transition out of basalt into natural stone. That will kind of go along with some of this. But then the inside of the tower is going to rise up from within there as normal stone walls, and probably with some stone brick mixed in. Hey, Lil Kara, my day is pretty good, actually, thank you. Hope yours is going well, too. What can we do with a gradient from basalt? Honestly, like, vertically arranged deep slate like that isn't much better. In fact, I think it's almost darker than the basalt would be. So that doesn't really feel like a lighter option. Leave that in here for now. Although we might actually just mix some of that in and sort of do more of a gradient kind of thing. Is it going to be tough? Or should it be... I don't think cobblestone is quite right for it either. I'm wondering if even something like a concrete powder might work okay. Smooth basalt. It's kind of too dark again. Like, we're eventually going to mix some calcite in here and there. We'll have quartz, maybe slabs. Yeah, it's a tricky one, this. Like, tough definitely skews lighter, but I kind of like to keep the vertical texture of that, or have something more neutral. Yeah, wool, probably not. Coal ore is a possibility. I'm sort of leaning towards trying grey concrete powder. Don't have a huge amount of sand we can use for that. I do have a lot of coal ore, though. So we'll take some of that. We don't have many of the deep slate coal ore, but that's fine. Something mixed with glow lichen? Yeah, maybe. I think we'll probably put glow lichen on there as like a transitional material anyway. I'm going to turn more of this into polished basalt since we need that. And we'll bring some gravel and try and turn that into grey concrete powder. We'll throw these in here for the minute. And this is regular grey as opposed to light grey, so we can't get it very easily from flowers or anything. but we'll give it a try. Blue terracotta isn't quite right either. It feels too plain. I need a texture that has some grain to it. Gonna sneak in here to get some sleep. We do have a fair amount of glow lichen, because I can farm it very easily. Go away, baby zombie. I'm a ghost. You can't kill me anyway. Not quite sure how I'm on fire, but ignore that. Acacia logs, maybe. I'm thinking we go into some of this. But bear with me here, because I've got something else to add to it with the glow lichen. It kind of goes like sort of like that, yeah. I think as long as we have a little bit further down so it doesn't look like we've just done it to cover up the transition between materials, you know? And honestly, there are some places where we can completely omit it from the join between these two, because we'll have done enough to sell it at that point. Yeah, like it breaks up the join between the basalt and the concrete powder here and there so that it feels like it's not as obvious. I think around the base of this we are going to have more stuff like this. It might not all be stone brick. I think we can probably mix in a bit more natural stone than that. How am I haunting the server? Because I'm a ghost. See? Slightly transparent. How am I a ghost? I died. I don't know. That's kind of it. There isn't much more to it than that. think everyone's confused because I'm not burning in the sun. Well, true. That'd be very inconvenient if it did happen, but thankfully it has not. See? Confirmed by Ollie. I am a ghost. Hey, Fazoo, welcome in. It's getting there. Nebraska! If you're going to call Ghost Pigs, yes. If you're a ghost, why are we able to see you so clearly on camera? Well, it's because, I mean, for a start, I'm a ghost in the video game, not in real life. But also because, like, I can probably see myself more clearly than other people can see me. Because, you know, if you are a ghost, then I presume it's still possible to see yourself. Otherwise, that would make being a ghost fairly difficult. I mean, if there are any ghosts in the audience who have maybe some expertise in this, feel free to speak up. The camera adds 10 opacity. It does. It really does. If Pix is a ghost, how can I be like him when I grow up? Well, there's a fairly macabre answer to that question, but I don't think I'll go there. I could try mixing some polished andesite in here, but I won't. Sometimes the solution is not just to add all of the blocks that look good together, you know? Alright. I think I need to do a bit more of this. Throw in the occasional basalt block in amongst some of these. So the gradient starts to blend a little better. Tammy B, thank you for the 12 months. Everyone spam the word nerd in the chat once again. Thank you so much, Tammy, for the full year supporting the channel. Enjoy that nerd sub badge. Welcome to the Nerd Herd. going to break some of the glow lichen on that side, but never mind. Ah! I'm in a hole. Good, I can put a torch down there, as I always planned. I'm back in the same hole. It's the problem with making your build full of holes. There we go. Take that away is what I meant to do. Then put one down here. That's there. Yeah, this should be fine. Terrible at randomizing for gradients. Is there a trick to it? Try and avoid getting too checkerboardy with stuff where possible. So try and avoid just having stuff at a zigzag kind of pattern. But honestly, like, it's a matter of playing around with it until it looks right to you. Those holes not for skeleton ambience? Not really. But honestly, the thing about these walls is that you can just, like, knock holes in them like this, and if you have a torch there, and a torch here, maybe. And then one wherever this is. There we go. There. You can put torches in spots like that, and then those won't... You won't have to worry about it. Everyone's like, make sure you put torches in the holes. And I'm like, you don't really need to worry about it that much. So can we go from... grey concrete powder into something closer to stone? Sneaky Turtle, thank you for the 23 months, almost 2 years. Spend a little bit more of this. The other thing about adding randomness to gradients is that the human brain has kind of a skewed idea of what actually random looks like. And more often than not, you are going to find that what you think is going to look random actually looks like more of a pattern. And so the solutions to that are either to employ actual randomness to something by, like, I don't know, having a random number generator tell you how many times you should place something. Or to just, alternatively, not worry about it too much. Which is the approach that I tend to take. What do you think it would take to have Mojang bring a former bug as a feature in Java, like light through slabs and stairs? I don't know. Like, I think they are kind of committed to what they have already. Other than there being just some kind of new technical change that would make it virtually impossible for a new mechanic to work without there being light going through slabs and stairs, which doesn't seem too likely to me. There we go. Got 16 ink from 4 squid. That's not bad. I don't think anybody made an ink farm in Hermitopia, did they? I guess I do have a lot of wither roses. That's the other option. Amazing how few squid there are here. Lots of other aquatic mobs, though. Got a squid head part of that as well. Got a few of those already. Working on a multi-tower build, and its block palette is in part inspired by the ancient capital. Oh, lovely. That's super cool. I hope it goes well for you. If you feel like sharing some screenshots on Twitter or wherever, I'm always happy to receive those. Oh, wrong grey. There we go. More than anything right now, I think I just need some more gravel for this gradient. Yeah, there we go. Right, we need to be around here. We need to grab some basalt. I think that will probably do over there. And then we can start putting in stone and stone brick from here. We probably want some mossy stone brick in here somewhere as well. Which is going to be an interesting change. A little bit too rigid in spots here. We're going to build the castle without Lightmatica. I haven't planned a lot of it in creative yet. So some of it is going to be more improvised and some of it is going to be a little more planned. Like using polished andesite for bits of blue-purple hues, but that's probably not textured enough for this. Not quite at this point. Gonna grab a bed while I'm here as well and just bring that over so I'm not constantly coming back here to sleep. Oh, sun's coming back out. I wonder if there are some spots here where you can kind of go... Like, it's extreme, but... This feels like deja vu to when you built the towers for the Great Bridge. Well, it's the same block palette, more or less. Give or take a bit of this. Maybe. Maybe here and there. Do I wind up recovering my netherite gear? Yes. It's the stuff I'm using. So the outside of this, texture-wise, is going to look... Oh, that's weird. If you fly through the water with the camera account, it still, like, splashes and stuff. That's weird. Not the camera account, but the free cam mode. Yeah, part of this is going to feel a little bit too flat right now. And I think this is one of those builds where we're going to add structural elements to the outside that will hopefully make that feel a bit more natural looking. Which side of this? East. Maybe. Glow lichen on the black concrete pad looks good. I mean, it's grey, but we've got a bit of it over here as well. Might add it sort of around the moss. And change up some of that so it's got some mossy elements to it as well. That way it can feel like stuff is growing on the side of the tower and not just put there, you know? Free Cam was moving XP orbs for me the other day. That's pretty funny. It's a funny way of using it. Do this. Kind of ladder those blocks a little bit. Well, vines growing down the walls. I tend to avoid building with vines a lot of the time because they'll just grow at random. Like they'll grow in different directions. I know you can block them with string, but it's just a pain more than anything. I don't like building with them so much. Wish we could clip vines to stop them growing. Yeah, we had an email about that on the Spawn Chunks podcast recently, where somebody had written in to say, hey, why can't we do that? Or words to that effect. And if you think about it, there are different growth mechanics to the plants that you can stop, and the reason that they stop is because trimming them like that with shears increases the age of the last block in the chain of growth to the maximum possible age, which is what normally stops them growing. It just automatically sets it to that age. So like age 25, I think, is like 25 blocks that it could grow. It's the longest that they typically grow naturally. And vines don't grow that way. Vines grow based on a completely separate mechanic. It's glowberries, kelp, twisting vines, and weeping vines are the ones that are based on that like age growth mechanic. How's my Easter going? I mean, Easter doesn't really affect me personally, but my Sunday is going fine. Can you trim kelp to stop it? Yes, I'm pretty sure you can. It's like I said, it's based on the same growth mechanics that the other blocks that you can trim use. So if you can't, then that's weirdly inconsistent. I don't really have an ocean near me. The lake over there is all river biome, but I could try it real quick. I'm pretty sure I have some kelp in here somewhere. Unless I turned it all into kelp blocks. No, I got some there. I must have some shears in one of these boxes out here as well. I think I've seen some recently. Maybe I haven't. Oh no, there's some there. Couldn't see the wood for the trees there for a second. So let's do a quick test. Like I said, there's no natural kelp growing here, but... So like right here, this has an age of 14. You can kind of see on under the targeted block on the right hand side there. Then we crop it like that, and it sets it to age 25. And now that'll just stay that height forever. try and glide in and put some glow lichen in here. You can kind of get glow lichen to grow pseudo randomly by bone mealing it a little bit. But I think that's not too bad. That works. That works. Yeah, I'm into it. Seems reasonable. And structural elements around some of these parts, but maybe the areas where there is moss, it can have crumbled away slightly. How much light does lichen give off? 7 block light, I believe. I didn't just come back here despite having a bed in my inventory. I need to get something else. Namely some more fireworks, actually. There we go. I went and got a bunch of gunpowder from the raid farm over by Jem's place. What kind of castle is it? Like a palace or a holdfast? It's a bit of everything, really. If anything, probably more the latter than the former, but... it's had various uses over time. What I meant to get while I was over there, I'm not sure where I have any, is some scaffolding. Oh, and I kind of need more stone. I've turned a lot of it into stone bricks throughout the course of this. Can start to see it from ground level now. It's getting interesting. What difficulty mode are we on? This SMP's always been on hard, as far as I know. Hard is better for, like, XP from farms and stuff as well, because mobs that spawn with gear drop a small amount of extra XP. We discovered what that bee thing in the end was? Nope. A mystery is what it is. Villager stuff is also better on hard? Not to my knowledge. Skeletons are more accurate. Local difficulty improves, which means it's better to get slimes and stuff, but I think that's kind of it, really. There's some interesting stuff we could do, but... scaffolding. Do we have anything like that in here? No, we wouldn't, right? I swear I put scaffolding in this somewhere. I don't recall where right now. That wouldn't have been in here. Oh, villagers getting zombified? Yeah, that makes sense. I thought you meant like villager trading. I was like, trading isn't any different. But no, that makes a lot of sense. Now that you bring that up. Do I just not have a lot of scaffolding in this season? Got 2 in there. 2? I can't do just 2? Yeah, we'll make some more. Now to find out where I have lots of bamboo. Luckily there's some here. If you're just making casual amounts of scaffolding, you really don't need that much bamboo. There you go. That was almost enough to use up all my string. There's a bit more in there as well if we needed it. But I think we should be okay with 104 scaffolding precisely. Sunny Bunny, thank you so much for gifting that sub. Ginger also gifted a sub to Pink Socks earlier, and the Sneaky Turtle with the 23-month resub. Thank you very much. So what we're going to do around here is probably... This is what I will need the deep slate for, actually, and I forgot to bring myself some stones, so... Quick trip back to storage. I'll need deep slate bricks, probably. And a stone cutter. Oh, I've got some more stone in here. I'll bring that with me. And I would have a stone cutter in my bundle, but I didn't get that back from Jimmy yet. Did I leave any iron in any of these? Yes, I did. Yeah, alright. We'll be fine there. I think I'll probably put some dyes away, though. Is that in one of these? This is the right sort of place. It's all the colourful materials. There we go. Grey. We'll do something like this, and then a couple of natural stone slabs that can have weathered over time. I'm planning on decorating the towers and bits of the castles after I built them. Is this part just not decorated yet? I mean, I've only started building this today. What do you mean decorate it? Why do you suddenly crave cheese? I don't know. You mentioned that some bits of the castle will be built in the styles of the old empires? Yeah, sure. What does that have to do with decorating it? Like, none of this is even really started yet, you know? You know what I'd love to have around here? I think something that would work really well for this part of the castle is like some bees, I think. Like, it'd be nice to have like an apiary out here or something. No, that's too far. Too far, says Minecraft. Too far. Do I watch Tolkien Untangled? No, I don't. Not heard of them, but if they're good, then I'll check them out. So the bees can kind of fly around. Yeah, it just feels like this is the kind of place where, because it's an internal garden in this sort of castle courtyard around this building, it just feels like the kind of place that would have bees. I don't know. I think it was because the scaffolding fell down and there was just like a couple of... If you just had a couple of little bits of scaffolding up around here, right? And I was just thinking, a lot of the time you end up putting beehives or bee nests on top of these scaffolding things because it looks like they're raised up from the ground, you know? For easier access for the beekeepers. You finally just got some bees in your son's peaceful world thanks to the flower next to the sapling trick. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way of generating bee nests if you can't find them easily in the wild. It takes a while, but you can get them. Spooky season came early this year. It did. It did. Cross Runner, thank you for the 22 months of Prime. Very, very kind of you. I start working on the bridge with Ollie? Not yet, no. He's going to be sending me some reference pictures of that at some stage, but he might have just started working on it himself. Let's see. Yeah, I think around some of this, we're just going to kind of alternate the slabs. So, like, if we come up here, if we just end up with something... Scaffolding. There we go. If we just end up with something like this. Oh, now, of course, I've run out of blocks for that. Yeah, there you go. Bees are my favorite mob in Minecraft. They're large, they're friendly, they bump into you sometimes. They do 4.5 hearts of damage plus poison for some reason. It's true. I get the sense poison must just have been like a good way to signify, hey, this really hurts. You ever want to just make like a half block of mossy stone brick and a half block of regular stone brick? You just put them, like... Put them in a position where the stone brick is the bottom half. Is the top half slab of the block below, and then the other one is the bottom half slab of the block above. And it just looks like you have an upside down stone brick that half of it is mossy. And it works pretty well. Like, yeah, you won't be able to place anything on top of that or whatever, but that's sort of not the point. Probably the closest to bee venom that they can get, yeah. I guess we just put a full block there. And this is where it's going to kind of crumble a little bit. Kind of like that, maybe. Can put that moss block in there. Can put a few of these on the ground. I think this is really what we need, is like the idea that this moss has kind of overgrown some of the structural elements of the tower. It's going to naturally need a few more of these around the base. It's starting to get there. Definitely feels like it's got more structural stuff to it right now. Around this side, we probably need some as well. This is another fun trick. If you want to stop, like, holding shift to go back down through scaffolding, just put, like, a carpet or a moss block or a moss carpet or something on there. And it'll stop you from falling for a minute. A lot of people get very frustrated with scaffolding because of the way it behaves, but there's a couple of tricks like that that you can accomplish if you have the materials on you. I recognize not everyone's carrying carpet around all the time, but still. It's kind of a nice thing to know. Come back. Go there. Scaffolding can be really annoying. Yeah, it's just about experience with it, really. Like, I really like scaffolding. I think it's come together as a feature pretty well, but I've just adapted to the way the team wants you to use it instead of imposing my own wishes on how it should be used, and I feel like I've gotten along a lot better with it as a result. Like, there are definitely some people who think this is how I would make scaffolding work, and to them it becomes unsatisfactory because they're not willing to kind of adapt to that. Doing that right, are we? Gonna have this come down a little further. So it really feels like it's embedded in there, and that feels a lot nicer than having it be flat around, I think. Yeah. I'm still carrying around 5 gold ingots from when I was in the end. I'm like, what are these doing here? 27 chicken. Scaffolding is great unless you need to move a lot horizontally. Yeah. Which is when you start carrying dirt blocks with you and just use dirt blocks again. I think the main thing to remember about scaffolding is that its inclusion did not take anything away from Minecraft. So if you had a way of doing stuff before that you thought was good, then you can keep doing that. Okay, at this point, we're really going to start building up the structural parts, which means putting some of this stuff away for the minute. Not putting it away that permanently. All of these, like, jittery blocks everywhere. I guess that continues there, that's fine. What am I doing? Building a tower. Well, this isn't necessarily a tower as such. Like, I'm trying to think of what I would describe this as. It feels like the kind of building that doesn't actually have an equivalent, and so I just have to come up with some kind of made-up term to explain what this is. But, like, this is a weird example because it's not necessarily a series that I'm super into, but in Game of Thrones, they have this religion that's based on there being 7 gods. It's like there's new gods and there's old gods, right? And hello, Watson, thanks so much for the $5. It was a very loud alert. Watched all the Empire Season 2 videos in about a week. Love with the character concept. Can't wait to see where the ghost thing goes and also the finished product of the castle. Well, I like the character concept being I don't really have a character, except I'm a ghost now and was an archaeologist for a bit. Yeah, so thank you, first of all, for that. It's very generous of you. Yeah, I was Game of Thrones is where I was. The religion in that is based around there being 7 gods, and they have this building that's called the Sept, and it's basically like the church or the chapel or whatever, and it's in the castle at King's Landing, and that's where like the wedding ceremonies happen for various like people getting married in that part of the world. And you have somebody whose name is like they're a septon or something like that, and that's basically like they're the priest of that particular religion. This is sort of that. It's sort of like a chapel or like a sanctuary or something. I don't want to use the term sanctuary because that's just what Mythical Sausage's base is called. But it's sort of like that. It's a structure of some sort of, if not religious significance, then at least kind of like spiritual significance, maybe? I don't know. But I just like the fact that it's octagonal. I think that's kind of a neat design for any kind of significant building. Sanctum is probably the closest word to it, I guess. And not quite a monastery, because a monastery would be a place where, like, monks would live. Kind of the male equivalent of a nunnery, if you're talking, like, traditionally. And, monasteries would be a lot bigger, because they'd have to be, like, quarters for the monks and everything, right? A monastery feels like an entire building. Like an entire kind of complex, almost. Whereas this is really not. This is just one building, one part of the castle. It's a UFC ring, yes. It's the squared circle. Like a rampart? No, ramparts are more like the outer walls of a castle, aren't they? Unless that was in response to something else and I just haven't seen that. What happened to my stuff I lost last stream? I got most of it back because a great deal of it was netherite. Luckily, my wings had survived, along with a couple of other things. You'll see that in the next episode. I did record it, going back and getting all of that stuff. The next episode is on its way. It's been delayed slightly by all of the stuff with Minecraft Legends, because I had to make sure I got that episode out whilst, you know, we were still working with the deadline that we'd been given, or the embargo date, rather, that we'd been given for the capture event in London. And more Minecraft Legends stuff will be coming out soon. I'm pretty sure Martin has mentioned this, like on Twitter and a few places, but yeah, you'll be seeing more Minecraft Legends stuff coming out from like the 14th, so a few days before release, which is really exciting. Are we now completely unembargoed? No, some of us are still under embargo for any other Minecraft Legends content until the 14th of April. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a rematch with Martin and Jimmy's team. Legends seems good. It's a lot of fun. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I think there is kind of, like, there's a lot more replayability to that game than it feels like because of the PvP aspect, you know? Did you miss anything important? We're just building up some stuff here in the castle. This is going to be a kind of, yeah, sanctum is probably the best word I can think of for it. Just like an area. It's going to be fairly visible from down here, I think. You're going to be able to see it over the walls. I kind of want there to be, like, tall, high windows here. So I sort of want the windows to go up to, like, this height. Maybe even taller than that. Like a couple more blocks up. Sort of like that high. Legends isn't my type of game, but it seems well thought out. Yeah. Did they mention how long the story campaign is approximately? I don't know if that information is out there. I'm not certain. But then there's obviously going to be different ways to play it, right? You can either blast through the campaign, or you can take it at a slightly more leisurely pace and dip in and out of other elements of the gameplay. So with there being a torch down there, we can floor this off around here so that we can let some more light in through the windows. In fact, I might remove these parts and then make sure that we have the windows at the same height on each side. Vixen, thank you for the 50 months. 50, what a round number. 50 down, hopefully another 50 to come. Hope everyone in chat's having a nice day. Oh, absolutely. Having a lovely day. Thank you so much for the support. We also had Wolfie Rama Forever with the tier 1 sub earlier. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Sorry if I missed that at the time. Can you play Legends single player? Yes, that's what I was doing for basically the first half of the video I showed you on YouTube this week. What height is this? We're at 144. 1 gross. Is this... If this is at 145, then we've nailed it. Yeah, okay, cool. Good. Oh, good landing. We've got stuff like this. It's Easter, kiddo was off on a chocolate mission. I miss chocolate missions. These days, me being on a chocolate mission is just me going to the shop. Oh yeah, we can break those down, can't we? So we can get a little more space in here for the light to filter on down through it. Would I recommend Minecraft Legends when it releases? Based on what I've played so far, absolutely. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody because you'll have a different level of interest in the game. You'll have different expectations of it. And for some people, it may not be your thing. For some people, the cost may seem kind of prohibitive because everyone's used to... We play Minecraft, and Minecraft is like a $20 game that you can play basically infinitely. So a lot of people tend to base any kind of value for money judgment based on, is it as good value for money as Minecraft? But nothing's ever going to be as good value for money as Minecraft, so it's kind of difficult to judge everything by that metric. But yeah, like it's still a game that I think is going to be better played with friends long term. But you know, if you're just interested in like throwing it on a console on the couch, it is coming out for Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation as well. So, but like, you know, if you've got enough disposable cash to spend on video games, Legends is worth a try. Yeah, definitely. Minecraft's definitely warped my perception on how much a game should cost. Yeah, and I was kind of fortunate that I, you know, fell into the Minecraft fandom and was able to get a career as a content creator out of playing Minecraft, because at the time I couldn't really afford to spend a great deal of money on video games. A lot of the games I was playing were just like people handed me a games console of theirs that they weren't using anymore because they'd got a new one. You know, an Xbox 360 or a GameCube or whatever, and they were just like, here, have this, play some games. And I was like, great, because otherwise I would not have been able to afford this. And yeah, these days I can spend a bit of disposable income on new games, but I'm still playing Minecraft a great deal. So if you added up every other game I have played throughout my entire life at this point, and the amount of hours I had spent on those, I still don't think it would have added up to the amount of time I've spent playing Minecraft. I think I've played Minecraft more than every other game I've ever played. Because let's be real, I've been playing this game, if not every day, then most days for, like, you know, almost 10 years. Like, it will be my 10-year anniversary of my channel next year. And now it's basically like a full-time thing that I do, so yeah, I've played a lot of this game. Minecraft's definitely the one game I'd take to a desert island, without question. Yeah, absolutely. There is no other game that would provide you, I think, the variety of content that Minecraft provides. Like, not ever, I don't think. So that's about where we're at. About there, I think. But then, for this, we need to start tracing the line of the octagon kind of shape below. But we're kind of doing it this way. So it's going to look like a circle from up here anyway. But that's fine. Wait, hang on a second. Yeah, it is more like this, right? It's more like that. Yeah, so you come out 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, okay, cool. That works. That'll be fine. We'll use moss blocks as placeholders. Mm-hmm. What's my recommendation for building in this ancient style, other than the gradient, of course? Get familiar with the stone block palettes, and I think a lot of the stuff BOO is doing right now in terms of texturing, like making stuff look worn and old by thinking where it would have degraded and where shadows would be and where water would run down and stain things, and like a lot of that stuff is really interesting. Food for thought when it comes to a more ancient style like this. But think about the strongest elements of a structure. Would they stand the test of time? Are they going to have crumbled as well, or will it just be the materials that can rot and the materials that have been less stable elements like roofs that are going to fall in? Like, there are so many fragile elements of buildings. But buildings are still made to last in a certain way, so there's that to consider. Like in the case of this castle, right, there's going to be some elements which will have been built with the quality of material that they're just never going to have completely fallen into ruin. Like, they will have fallen into disrepair, maybe, because there are certainly very few people around who are interested in repairing any of this anymore. But there's still going to be some materials that are just not going to be weathered by time or the elements in quite the same way. And if you think about the texture of certain blocks, right? Stone bricks, wherever we have some stone bricks that I can look at, they look quite new because they're shiny on the areas that are highlighted. The bricks are all intact, you know. There are cracked stone bricks that you can use to show a little bit of age, but more often than not, over time, especially with like rain, wind erosion, foot traffic, that kind of stuff, stone bricks are going to have worn down into something closely resembling natural stone. because they would just have been natural stone that was carved into certain shapes and set in certain shapes. And so you're going to be building with natural stone a lot more than you think you are. And I've used it in most of these areas kind of as a placeholder, but also sort of not, because the natural stone is just going to be what remains after all of the detail that's been carved into it has been, eroded away. One summer you managed to visit every southern Welsh castle. Wow. That's quite the achievement. I've been to Wales, there's a lot of castles. We're there for a few months, love to complete the north ones, but castles aren't very accessible. Yeah, So now we have a sort of framework for the next layer of this. And there's going to be like these are obviously long, tall windows. And the crown of this, ironic that we're talking about building a crown now, but the crown of this is probably going to be maybe 4-block high windows. Maybe 3 blocks high in the corners here. And some of these might still have glass in, but I feel like a lot of them will just be empty or fenced or boarded or something. Or there might be walls in here instead of glass windows, like wall blocks. That might be a good approach to it. Need some more stone. But then this is going to end up supporting the roof. Too soon to be talking about a crown? Hey, it's in good hands. So we've got something closer to that now. Just getting the shape of stuff like this right is some of the most important stuff. There's a mod that adds weathering to Minecraft, so if you build a stone brick castle near a water source, your castle is covered in moss after some time, bricks crack on their own. That's kind of neat. Like, it sort of goes a little bit further beyond what you see Mojang doing with, like, copper blocks weathering over time, for example. Like, it's interesting because that would be a real challenge for me, because I like to build stuff the way it is and have it stay the way it is. But I think that's a really interesting way of simulating age, as long as you're comfortable with it happening that way. Razin, thank you so much for the Prime sub. A brand new sub to the channel. Enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Welcome to the Pixels. Was it my idea to turn into a ghost? I can't remember, to be honest. I'm pretty sure it was my idea. I sort of don't want to say, yes, it was definitely my idea, just in case it was somebody else's, but... I was just saying we needed bees. Okay, well, I have a bee now, I guess. Just sort of found their way here. Dr. Becquerel, thank you so much for the 9 months. Very kind of you. The bees listened. Apparently they did. I'm also very curious if that pig down there has spawned naturally there, or if it just wandered in from some other place it had already generated. Nice. So from down here, what I wanted to do is have these sections kind of highlighted in a way. I'm thinking we need to do that in a material other than stone. So this might be where blocks like calcite start to come in. We do have a lot of it nearby, after all. Like up to here. But then that looks fairly... That's okay, actually. Like, it looks a little plain. It all being one material, so we could fit some diorite around that. I think I'll build it up on the other 4 corners and see what happens. It is weird talking about this as having corners because it's an octagon, and octagons have corners on the vertices or whatever they are. It's been a while since geometry. This is very Castle Chapel vibes. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed with it. I was saying earlier it's kind of the closest approximation I can think of is like sanctum or something. It's the closest word I can think of to define this place. Clay would look nice from a distance too, maybe. I feel like clay sometimes ends up looking too plain to me. Okay, we need a bit more calcites. Luckily, calcite's fairly easy to come by on this server. We have a lot of mountainous terrain. It is a little bit Ivory Tower, isn't it? Yeah. See, now that's starting to look, structurally, pretty cool. Like an element of the castle that's starting to come into its own a little bit. Calcite only ever generates surrounding geodes. Incorrect, Sorrow Suffering. You can find it in stony peaks biomes that are part of mountains. So in the case of this area, there is a small stony peaks biome right here, and aside from the fact that it all got broken at one point and I replaced it all, that would be a natural vein of calcite. And so it occurs in large quantities. It's usually 3 or 4 blocks deep, and I have been able to mine out a lot of it just by traveling further out into the west half of the server where people don't tend to go all that often, and mining it out of mountain biomes. So it's easy to get in large quantities that way. Otherwise, yes, you are restricted to finding it around geodes. It cannot be crafted, but it's fairly abundant in mountain biomes if you want to build with a lot of it. I mean, you just look at Joel Smallish Bean's base. He has built a lot with calcite, and I've even given away boxes of calcite to people before and still come away with a decent amount that I can get on a mining trip. The other advantage to it is that it is mineable with just efficiency 5 on your pickaxe, and it insta-mines, so you can gather a lot of it without even setting down a beacon. Can you say something cool you learned from an architecture history class that I might find interesting? Absolutely, you can. Wilbur Wood, thank you so much for the 13 months, and Weasel Gamer with the 11. Thank you for the resubs. It's getting there. It's getting there. When I take the glass back off the calcite, before I did the glazing of Hermitopia, because I needed glass, and before I started all of this castle building stuff, because I wanted to make sure I had room if I was going to use this side of the mountain, which I kind of haven't now, actually, but who knows? We might end up expanding things slightly. Excited for this build starting to take shape? Yeah, like, shapes are kind of nice to have now. I need to work a little bit more on materials, I think. Like, there's some stuff I will probably end up changing about this, but I do like the direction this is headed. That bee is still wandering. Toyland is spreading. I know. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with this. Like, I've had a few good suggestions, but since I was made a ghost, the museum has not been my #1 priority. I also just need to really get working on this castle in general, but... Sonic Warrior, thank you so much. Haunting you from the lands between for 38 months. Well, thank you so much for the 38. I think if we do something like this, where we have this scoop upwards on the sides and then have this be, like, recessed, I think that's a good shape for it. We'll sort of mirror that in here like this. But then around the outside we could even have a couple of slabs of material. And then possibly...
Well, that's just prime.
Walls? Up the sides like that? Yeah, it's starting to have, like, some shape to it if you do a few bits like that. And we can do that from the top down as well. Like, frame these out, you know? That's not a full block, so we can't place scaffolding there. Blondie and Dravo, thank you so much for gifting a sub and resubbing with Prime. We also had NB Menace with the 100 bits. Makings of a good Sunday morning, glad to hear it. Enjoy your coffee and your breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can... Ah! I think we can fall down. But once we've done that, we can mirror the walls and slabs and stuff up here. What is my favorite meal? As in, what do I like to eat? Or which is my favorite meal out of, like, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? 11's is second breakfast. Honestly, I'm a lunch guy. I do like lunch. Playing Fall Guys today? Always. I've not played actual Fall Guys for a very long time. So hang on, that's slab there, slab there. This pulls down, slab on top of that. That pulls down, slab on top of that. Right? Yeah. And then that comes down here. 2 blocks. No, wait, no, it's 1 block back. So that's the block behind, really, like that. And then there's 2 walls connecting there, yeah. Little bee floating around. Hold on. That's supposed to be there. Yeah, okay. Fine. That makes sense now. Changing the shape of this top part a little bit, but that should be fine. Yeah, and we can take that part out again. Or have it drop down 1 block instead of 2. My favorite meal is snacks, preferably all the time. Yeah, fair. I can get behind that. As an ethos. The one problem I have with scaffolding is that breaking it and like having stuff dropped on a block like that is the most frustrating to my desire to gather all of the blocks that I drop, which is a a thing I try to do. Okay, yeah. No, I think I'm happy with that as a design for these outer corners, or these like flat sections of the build. We can kind of frame that out behind here if we want to. I'm thinking I might do what I did on the last stream, just because of how annoying it was that the internet went out throughout that, and I might end up spending the last hour of the stream doing a Minecraft bingo run. How does that sound to everybody? I feel like it's Sunday, you know, we just gotta, like, relax and do some fun stuff. Sounds like a plan? Good. I'm glad people approve. So we'll, yeah, we'll do the rest of the corners like this where we can. Oh, I haven't put that slab back either. And I think on here I need to make sure this goes up like this. So we'll probably put in a little bit of like stone brick and stuff here. Just to make it feel like that's a touch more structural. A tad. And it mirrors the other side a little better that way. So then I've got a hoop. Nope, didn't do that at all. Abjectly failed at that. Will I get a new PB? I managed to get one on the last stream, except the stream had to end before I actually got it because my internet decided to die. But hopefully, if we have as good a run as we did last time, we might be able to manage it. What was the time last time when I died? It was 44:57, I want to say. I did put it on Twitter, so I can quickly check. Yeah, 44:57. Right when my my internet went down. Basically, the last thing I had to do was find an amethyst geode and shear a sheep so I could get enough wool for a bed. And this is very, very appropriate music for me having lost my bingo run. This is about how I felt when the internet went out. But no, I still managed to complete the run. I took a screenshot of my finishing time. Better than Bruno? I'm pretty sure Bruno is still trying to beat that time, so I presume that is better than his current PB, but he was playing bingo on Friday, so I'm not sure if he's done any more since then. Literally the music. I know, right? I'm going to call this one Bingo's Lament. Okay, so we'll start by just putting the walls in. Because if we have the walls there, then I'll know that's how high the stuff has to go. Just by looking at the side there, and then we can add to it from here. Take a couple more stacks of this out. Stone cutter what we need. Archaeologist's lament. And so this was more like that, right? Something like that. More or less. Yesterday I was enjoying your Elden stream. Has had a power outage when you were fighting the dragon. Oh goodness. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it got fixed. I presume it did if you're chatting now. But yeah, the dragon fight was fun. So that's level with our head height right now. So it needs to be basically there, yeah? That seems correct. Yeah. Like this. Come back. Go in the right places. I find it so funny if you did something like Sausage did. Oh no, the evil version of myself is a grave robber. Yeah, that lines up okay. Alright, we'll get the rest of these done, and then we'll call it for the stream there, because too much building all at once on stream kind of tires my brain out. So I kind of need to pace myself when it comes to this stuff. And a few more walls. That should do it for the other corner as well. Gotta have that in there. And now I'm running low on slabs as well. I should also sleep. Being creative for long can be draining. Yeah, sometimes I just need to like take a bit of a break, and bingo is good for the brain. No one's online for me to visit? Not right now, no. Ollie was on for a little while earlier, but he seems to have left again. And honestly, even though the title is, like, haunting the server or whatever, and I should probably be going around finding people to be a ghost at, I also kind of need to get building, so I sort of don't want to waste too much time. But then again, like I said, building is one of those things that I find it difficult to do a spontaneous amount of all at once on a stream. Get mixed up between Bingo and Banjo. Which one is the D&D character? Oh, imagine if I had... If I died at any point in that campaign and I just came back as a character named Bingo. Nothing would say phoning it in more than that, I don't think. Been like, I really wanted to play this character forever. Let me just redo them again. Alright, so that's there. That's getting there. Not bad for a couple of hours work. I've got extra bit of... Oh no, for a second I thought that was an extra bit of calcite on this one. It's just the bit of calcite behind that. But we'll probably close those walls in with something, might do a little bit of texturing, make it look a little bit more worn down. I think that part is okay. Still not wild about the transition between the basalt and the grey concrete powder, but we might do something about that with other blocks here and there. Maybe a bit of deep slate coal or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, either way, structurally speaking, that is getting very close to where I want it to be. We can tinker with the materials a little later. But for now, yeah, definitely cuts an imposing figure. Quite happy with that. So, Nightingale, thanks so much for the 5 months. We just had Jade with a 32, thank you so much. I'm going to hop out of this. I'm going to change the stream title, and we're going to do one Minecraft bingo run. I say one for now because something tells me I'm not going to complete a run in under half an hour and have time to do another one. So let's very quickly change things here. Just going to change a couple of things. And that should be fine. Load up 119 for bingo. Arrived at the right time, Nightingale. Of course you did. So, as before, if anybody has... Yeah, I need to, in theory, change the bingo PB command so I can just commands, edit. And we'll change that to the 4457. All right. World's loaded up. About the Toyland wallpaper, why don't you turn it into a map art and put it on an item frame? I mean, I guess I could. It'd be a lot of work to do a map art of that scale. I don't know if Jimmy still has all of the other materials from it, though. Oh, yes. No, this is... this is where I finished my last bingo run, so you can kind of verify that the time is legit. I guess I just logged out right after, but you can see it's like in 46-minute territory, and I have a full card, so I guess that's... Yeah, all of the stuff I needed was right there. And the geode is down here. That's the last thing I needed to find. Let's go back to the lobby, because I didn't really mean to start that mid-run, effectively. And I think to have any hope of beating that time, I'm going to have to be a bit more picky with the cards, but I also just want to give chat the option. So, chat, pick a number between 1 and 30. We're going to hit generate random card that amount of times. I'm just going to pick the first number that jumps out at me, and we will see how it goes. Well, it is the 9th of April, and Batman the Joker said 9, so maybe we'll just go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got some interesting stuff on here. We do have a Skulk Catalyst. Those are often quite tricky. The Aged Copper, I feel like, is one of the ones that's been really difficult on these runs. There's a little bit of synergy in here. We need leads, which means potentially slime. A lot of redstone required for this one as well. Target block. We need powered rail, detector rail, and a redstone repeater. Okay, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. It's going to pop us into a brand new world. This is not the greatest of starts. Although I see a ruin down there. We'll need some clay for terracotta. We don't need much of this. We don't have powder snow on the board. There's a swamp down there, though. So the first thing I'm going to do is run away and swim towards that area, because that seems like the best place to go for potentially some starting materials. Already taking damage, but that's fine. I wonder what's over there in terms of that ruin. Okay, yeah, so there is swamp stuff here. This is a old growth pine taiga, judging by the coarse dirt and the mossy cobblestone. Don't understand the stopwatch. This is Minecraft Bingo. This is a timed game mode in which you try and complete the bingo card in the left-hand corner next to the hotbar by acquiring all 25 items on the card in the shortest possible amount of time. And it's pretty fun. Been playing this for a little while now. I played it way back in the day with the old Lorgon version of this, which was, developed by another guy initially. And then this version is by 9einser. It's a data pack that you can download that's actually pretty easy to install. I mean, you can just get the world download for it, and that will give you everything you need to get started. We've got coal underneath us as well. That's good. This version is for Minecraft 1.19.4. The small biomes have been edited in as part of world generation, so the entire world generates with smaller than usual biomes so that you can traverse the world easier and find rare or unusual biomes for some of the stuff that you need. Like, for example, sometimes you get cocoa beans and it can be difficult to find a jungle early if you're in a brand new world. Bingo makes that a lot simpler. That kind of thing. I guess that's where we'll start. We'll get this coal while we're here, since coal is often really useful to have for smelting things. We'll need a lot for that copper, because the copper is going to be ideal to get as many blocks of copper as possible and then just leave them out to age while we do other things. So, like, before we go for a little caving run or something, if we can get a bunch of copper, that's going to be the best possible start. That should be enough, though. We'll dig our way out of this hole. Alright. And now we can gather a bit more wood. So I need to keep track of where this swamp is, but really if we just come back to close to spawn, we'll probably see it. In which case, I think we can probably get started with a boat. Go looking for some of the stuff it'll be easier to see from the ocean. That's just going to give us... Oh, hang on. What do we need in a lush cave? I guess we do need glow berries. So let's dig down here. We might also be able to get iron this way, which is kind of the only reason I'm digging down right now, because digging down is always kind of a pain. Okay, we're in a cave. We have iron. There's glowberries right there. There's also copper. This is good. I'm going to block that off so we don't end up getting flooded here, but we're kind of okay, actually. Alright, let's leave that there. Let's get some of the copper smelting. Grab the glowberries. We're on the boards. That's nice. We'll also, while we're here, grab a handful of this clay. Do we need dripstone for anything? I don't believe so. But dripstone caves are often good sources of copper. So let's run in here. Let's get some of this. I reckon we go for enough for like 5 blocks, basically. We have 10 smelting back there. We got about 4 blocks worth. I think that'll do. We'll do a bunch of smelting while we're here. Because we can put half of this in here, the other half in there, and also cook the iron. That'll do. Now, we do need a bit more iron, because there's glow lichen around here, which we also need. So let's quickly look for more iron, if we can find it. Yep, perfect. This is the kind of situation where if we could find an easily signposted deep dark, this would be doing things in a weird order, but we could manage it. However, kind of not comfortable with this amount of action around us. We don't need ender pearls, so the enderman is kind of useless to me right now. No extra iron there. A bit more over here. Some lapis as well, which we could get blue dye from for the cyan, but honestly, it'd be kind of unnecessary to do that. Because you can so frequently get cyan dye from cornflowers and other bits and pieces. Just going to quickly check down here to see if there's any deep dark, but it doesn't look like there was. No, okay. Well, we can't get the gold from here because we don't have the iron pickaxe yet. I'll take the lapis anyway, because that's one less thing to think about once we're back on the surface. And now I need to remember where the heck we went. Redstone here as well. You know what, I should probably just smelt some iron here quickly so I can get an iron pickaxe and I can collect some of this stuff that I need in the meantime. Because we can make a furnace out of deep slate. And we can cook the iron using my wooden pickaxe and a couple of planks. And then we can get the redstone that we'll need. Grab the gold as well. And never have to come back here. We'll grab more iron because we'll need it for the rails. Okay. Come down here because it looks fairly safe for the moment. That should be enough redstone. We'll grab all of this gold. We'll need the cobblestone as well because we need that for stonecutter and the redstone repeater we'll need natural stone for as well. That all just looks like dripstone cave. That's fine. Grab a bit more iron just in case we need it, but I don't think we do at this stage. Luckily the world is set to easy, which means skeletons are not quite the best shot. Although they can still hit you at point blank range, and I would prefer not to die here. So I should probably pack up and leave. Bring as much edible stuff as I can with me. Let's at the very least heal up while we can. I've got 6 gold, which is enough for the powered rails. And all of that copper should hopefully be done smelting by the time I reach it. I'm barely healing up at all from the glowberries, though. I don't want to run into a zombie right now. How did I get here? Hello. This was not the way. But that's fine. Didn't go this way either. Vertical travel is what I'm looking for right now. Yeah, I have no idea which way I came in. I don't really have any means of signposting that right now, which is awkward. Is it over there, maybe? I don't think it was this way. No. Alright, being lost is not ideal. There were water pools about? Yeah, I mean... it's kind of where I'm at here. Just don't know how I ended up at water pools from where I was. Is any of this got water above it? No. Oh, this is annoying, so I'm just wasting time now. And it's not that way. It's not this way. This skeleton's gonna kill me. It's a shame. I felt like we had a good start, but now I'm just like getting hopelessly disoriented in caves. Yeah, the minute I take some damage from something, I'm dead. And it wasn't that way. It was just like up somewhere, and I'm like, So I just saw blue particles up here. This is just an aquifer. Yeah, glowberries are the only food around here, and it's not great, so... Well, it didn't occur to me before that you can just break vines to get glowberries out of them, so we could rely on that in future. I think we're just going to go back to the lobby and do another run. Unfortunate, but yeah, it just wasn't working out for me at that point. Let's get another number. $14. All right. We've already hit once. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, looks about the same as the last one, to be honest. Got a goat horn in there. So good luck to us. If we find a pillager outpost, it might be viable. Gonna cancel a prediction? Yeah, fair enough. We've got to think about egg strats. We don't have to age copper this time. We still need a fair bit of redstone, but we also need TNT and a couple of other things. This looks like a mostly surface run, though. Like, if we can find a mangrove swamp, we don't need stuff from the deep dark. Ooh, interesting start. Village. Jungle right there. Mangrove swamp directly behind us. Okay, this is going to be absolutely make or break whether we can find a goat horn. Do you get red beds in savannah villages? Dripstone up there as well, which means it's probably in caves further down here. We'll be able to get an emerald very easily. The hay bale for the target block. This is solid. Easy game. Alright, let's find a farmer to trade with first of all. Because then we can get the emerald nice and easily if it doesn't show up in a chest somewhere. Oh no, easy. Alright, we got bread as well. We'll take some of this as wheat, but we'll take 1 hay bale. Avoid all the seeds where we can. Anything else we can get from these? This is cartographer, compass and paper. That's the empty map sorted. What a start. Still looking for red beds, but we can take a bed of our own just in case we need to sleep for the night. Is there some iron right there? Oh, there is. Oh, and some iron right there as well. Oh my goodness, this is my run to lose at this point, surely. Let's get some wood from this house. There's a grindstone in there. Take an orange bed, spill wine on it. Very nice. Okay, let's get the sugarcane. Not quite sure why, but we might need that for something. That's another orange bed. This bed is also orange, but they have more bread in here. Do we need books for anything? No, I don't think so. Red bed. Perfect. A bit more of that. We don't need a saddle. So let's start with tools. I'm just trying to avoid skipping over the mangrove swamp being right there. Don't want to miss that because we need muddy roots and we need moss carpet. Okay, we get this taken care of. We'll get our iron from here. And that other iron deposit that's immediately behind us. Okie doke. We'll make some of this. And then we'll put this in here so that we can get some more iron smelting. This right here will need a block under our feet so that we can actually mine this. And it looks like that's all there was. And there's a bit more here. But it's not exactly a huge vein or anything. Enough to get us an iron pickaxe, though. Which will at least help with the redstone. In the meantime, I'll make an axe. We can take down more of the wood from these houses. I'll just take it from around here. You can never see the difference on the card on streams between empty map and paper. I mean, it's ever so slightly yellow around the edges is really the main factor. Alright, we've got that. We'll get an iron pick. Oh yeah, we can probably... Wait, where did the compass go? Swear to God I picked up the compass. Did I just leave it in the cartographer's house? Just didn't take it with me. Okay, fair enough. Left it in the chest by accident? Sounds like me. Don't need paper for anything else.
Well, that's just right.
We'll also need... Let's just turn all of these into planks. We'll need a shovel, ideally, for smooth movement. We don't need anything in the way of kelp or seagrass. We need a cod if we can find one, but this is a warm ocean, so less likely for now. Let's get our muddy roots. Nice. Moss carpets all over these trees. Got one of those as well. Put that down. Next we can dig for gravel for the flint. Oh, there's a desert right there. That's not going to have any gravel, is it? Do we need any clay for anything? Yes. Pretty sure clay is legally obligated to appear in pockets of at least 4. So that's fine. We got 8. Now we need an acacia boat. Any boat will do, of course, but acacia is what we have. We don't need anything from the tropical ocean. We need bamboo from the jungle so we can make scaffolding. And I don't think any of the village houses would have had string in it or anything, so that's kind of unnecessary. Whilst we're over here, we'll get a dripstone block if we can find an easily accessible part of that dripstone cave. That's enough for scaffolds. Loads of coal there as well. Let's see if the dripstone cave goes down this far. Doesn't seem to. I don't really feel like digging down. We can sort of climb this landscape. We'll make do. Almost falling off this again. Okay, clown. Right. Always go towards the stuff that you can actually see. That's my advice for this part. And I can actually see dripstone down here. And you can climb the mountain pretty fast if you've got something to swim up. I did see some gravel there as well, but we'll give that a skip for now. Come back to it later. I left my boat down there, so we'll return to the boat and go looking for other bits and pieces. Yeah, shout out to whoever decided to plant that wheat field right next to a lava pool. You're gonna have some interesting crops, bud. Pre-baked bread. Okay, anything else I can get from this village before we leave? I don't think so. Let's head to the desert and get cactus. Keep a lookout for cod on the way. There's a rabbit there, and we do need rabbit hide, so... Of course it immediately deserts me. There we go. Let's get a quick look, see if we can find any cactus here. They just want the volcanic soil to fertilize their crops. Yeah, it's actually pretty smart. I might grab some terracotta from this mesa just to save myself the smelting time on getting the glazed terracotta, so we can throw the clay out. Did I get everything? Yep. Good. Yeah, this is absolutely going to come down to whether or not there's a an easy pillager outpost that has a goat horn. Swim down here, double tap this squid. There we go, that's the grey dye almost sorted. Any cod in this ocean? Quick check of hitboxes. Doesn't look like it, but there's some gravel over here that we can quickly scrounge for flint. Can't believe it took that long, but there we go. And now another check for cod. It's mostly squid there, but that looks like... Oh, that's a dolphin. Never mind. Most of that is tropical fish, but there's some cod in amongst them. Nice. Okay, searching for colder biomes so that we can hopefully find some sweet berries. We'll need spiders so we can kill one for string. Aside from that, we really don't need any hostile mob drops. I think we're really just looking for chickens at that point. As far as mob drops go. That and glow squid. Let me grab one of these so that we can make pink dye. One of those so we can make green dye.
Afraid to borrow.
Oh, I hate this track. Get out of here. Spider. Give me some string, please. Thank you. Just one will do, actually, for once. And then I'll quickly return to that village just in case there are any chickens nearby that I didn't spot. But I think as for everything else... Like, I need to kill a cow at some point for leather, and that's really the only other thing that we need mob drops for. Yeah, we got cactus already. I didn't really look around here very thoroughly for animals. So if there are any chickens... That's a cat. Cats, unfortunately, do not lay eggs. But the chickens around here would have been loaded for long enough for them to start laying, I think. If nothing else, we can find a chicken and throw it in the boat and take it with us. Nope, no worries. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We'll find a chicken as we go. There is a large tiger ahead, which would hopefully have some sweet berries in it. There's one over there as well. I don't know if this is the type that really has sweet berries. So we'll take a quick look over here. But this might turn into one that has sweet berries. Not seeing any on that side. Yeah, we already have the string. We don't need mushrooms for anything this time. I'm really just traveling so that we can hopefully find a pillager outpost. Seems like the smart play here. Yep, not getting out of this. I have one more iron. I should make a shield. Yeah, I'm not seeing any sweet berries here. Quick look around, but this is all various tiger sub-biomes. Quick look down here for glow squid. No sign of them. Glow squid or magma blocks. are going to come from those ravines. There's some sweet berries over there. These have been a problem for me previously, so I always try and look for them early. There's dripstone there as well. But we've already got one of those. Nice. Okay, that's that concern out of the way. More or less dealt with. Not sure where we are going to camp to try and get a chicken to lay an egg, but may have to be one of these open plains biomes where we'll know it's going to stick around. We also need to be looking out for tiger biomes as a possible place for a pillager outpost to generate, but it's going to be much easier to see them in deserts, plains biomes, basically anywhere. Meadow biomes. There's a swamp over there. We don't need slime tonight. Desert, savanna. Those are going to be good for pillager outpost if we can find one. But I doubt we will. Worth trying, though. There are several things we can craft at this stage. Don't need you, but I do need that cow. For leather, thank you. I think we need to just get out to a secluded island. Preferably with a chicken. Can always look around these places for glow squid or magma blocks. Not seeing either of those. I'm also not seeing a shipwreck anywhere, which would be kind of useful for potentially getting TNT. Otherwise, we could just kill some creepers and there's sand everywhere, so that might be the smarter move. The pillager outpost spawn in any biome you find villages in, which often leads people to believe that they spawn near villages. They don't. But if you find a village in a biome, it can also spawn a pillager outpost. But yeah, a pillager outpost does not have to be near a village. In fact, most of the time the game tries to avoid spawning them next to each other, but, you know, flukes and stuff happen still. Should also probably kill a skeleton just for the bones. So let's actually park up here real fast, craft a shield. So at least I have that now. And then one of these skeletons will do. See if we can get one to shoot the other one. There we go. It's actually harder to do on easy mode because they're such bad shots, I feel. But we can craft scaffolding. That's on the boards. Throw that, because we don't really need it. Nice. Didn't get bone from either of them. Hilarious. Let's see. We have a creeper over there, so we can get gunpowder from him. It doesn't despawn. Okay, that's nice gunpowder drops. Wait, that skeleton burning in the sunlight. If this drops bones... Now die! It didn't drop any bones. What are these skeletons made of if not bones? Another creeper over here. Any skeletons hiding under the trees? Sometimes they do that. We got 2 gunpowder. Another axe crit should do it. Got no gunpowder from that one. Good. Okay, so we can smelt the cactus. If I throw a furnace down, we'll get that cooking real fast. Anything else we need to smelt while we're here? Not until we can get the pink dye. That is for cyan. Throw that too. We don't need the sweet berries. We should eat some food. I think it might be a case of getting hold of a bit more gunpowder and some bones from a cave somewhere. We can craft the item frame while we're here, though. Just so we've got that out of the way. And then what we really need is a decent cave with some iron and stuff. Obviously a pillager outpost would be nice. I don't think those ever contain TNT or anything. Because of course then the alternative is going to a mountain biome and hoping that a goat screams at us. There's a shipwreck over there that looks relatively unbothered. There were chickens. I'm sure there were chickens. I can go back. In the meantime, if we dive this, we should be able to get some... not much. Let's quickly check this in case it's got anything worth having. I mean, not really. It's got 1 more gunpowder, which I guess I'll take. Now, in theory, I only need 1 creeper kill. There's also an empty map in that chest instead of bothering with this one. We need to be going north west from the looks of things. Ruined Nether Portal has magma blocks, so we'll grab one of those. Does desert temples generate? Yes, but infrequently. Got that. TNT is always in buried treasure when you need some, yeah. Is this the type of bingo with a random loot table? No. No, I've done that a couple of times where I add Fazguy's randomizer into the mix just so we can get like a really wacky bingo cards. But that is not the case this time. We need to be going west to the treasure, but I want to go this way just to see if I can find a chicken that people said I missed. Because I'm sure they were around and they might have dropped an egg in the meantime. I doubt it, but they might have. If not, we can just bring one with us. Picking up the scaffolding again, because of course I am. Are the chickens around here somewhere? By the horses? There's a couple of them, yeah? No eggs yet. But I think... problem is it doesn't let you place a boat in front of them if they're, There we go. So we should just get an egg when this chicken decides to lay one. We need to make a furnace minecart and a chest minecart. We've got the wood for that, but not the iron for either. We might get a bit more iron from this buried treasure. But we need to be heading further south and a lot further west, it looks like. There's another shipwreck over there. Could be worth going to. It's not the same one. Probably just for the chest in the back. Which might have some iron. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. That'll be hopefully enough. We got 14. That's pretty good. Don't think that would have got us anything else. Small Mushroom Island. Yeah, all of the biomes are small in this. Bingo world generation. So the buried treasure, if we're lucky, will have 3 diamonds in it, and that will get us enough for the diamond axe. It might also have some TNT in it. We are still lacking a... Is that a different savannah village? I guess it is. Wow. We're still lacking a goat horn, which hopefully we could get from a pillager outpost to avoid scrambling to find a goat in a mountain and have it ram us. And there's a mountain up there that could have goats in it, but getting them to ram you is the difficult part in my experience. Alright, we need to be on that 9-9 coordinate, which means we are here. And that sandstone block that's sticking out basically is the one concealing the chest. We have TNT. We don't have any diamonds, but we have some more iron. We'll grab the gold as well, just in case we need that for something I haven't spotted yet. I think we might just have to go up and look for a goat. So that's fine. We don't have any redstone yet. Oh, yeah, that's what I should be doing. I should be making 2 minecarts. And we'll turn one into a furnace minecart. We'll craft a chest. Turn the other one into a chest minecart. Have you laid an egg yet? If not, why not? Nothing else we can really get from villages, except if the village has chickens. Just going to stand with this guy and take stock here. They won't have bones or anything that I can use for white dye in this village. The Lily of the Valley that you can use to get white dye is typically found in forests, and there don't seem to be any of those particularly close by. Will we get any glow squid generating underneath here? No, but not a bad call. There's a little bit of iron down there, but we won't need that now. Why do you not egg, sir? Brewing stand, nothing else. Grindstone, nothing else. Another brewing stand. You sure need a lot of potions in this village. We can toss the clay. We can toss the sand. Now we've got TNT. We never needed the sugarcane for anything, really. The lapis is pretty much useless, too. You continue to not lay eggs. It laid an egg while we were moving. Well, let's go back and find it. Should be floating on the water somewhere. Just before the treasure chest? Well, that was over here. Somewhere. It was there. So the eggs despawn now, right? That's fine, we can wait for another egg. If it's been 5 minutes since it despawned, then it should be fairly close to this chicken laying another egg anyway. Yeah, or a dolphin has taken it and moved it somewhere. That's fine, we can just wait here. We can craft more bread. If we can find a goat horn, we are still way ahead of what would be a good time, so that should be fine. Still going to go looking for the occasional glow squid. Not seeing anything worth having in here. So much floating stuff around here that I'm like, why is none of this an egg? Being very specific about not crafting all of those hay bales into bread. First bingo, I couldn't find any chicken. Found all of them around a witch hut that were controlled by the witch. Yeah, probably. I could grab a door, you're right, yeah. It's not a bad idea. Grab 3 doors from this village. Grab a door. There we go. Thank you, chicken. Be free. So now the task is, did I leave my crafting table here? I did. Now the task is get to the top of this mountain and hope that there are goats. And also don't die on the way, so probably sleep. Don't think we'll really need mob drops from anything aside from the goat now. I mean, the glow squids. So we can sleep and not worry about it. I mean, if there's a skeleton around, then sure. This should work. Swim, swim. There are bees on this mountaintop. Are there goats? Of course there are chickens. Not seeing any goats, though. Do you get them in Stony Peaks? I thought you got them in most, if not all, mountain biomes. Maybe some of this doesn't really count. Hey, not to worry. Oh, pillager outpost. Cross your fingers for me, chat. There's another egg right there. Literally every chicken around here is laying eggs. Okay, we can run down here now. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Why is it I always go around 3 sides before I find the door? Riddle me this, chat. How do I never go straight to the side that has the door in these things? No goat horn. Dang it. Don't even need the crossbow this time. I think I placed that on top of the grass. Well, looks like this run is not going to go my way. Still, we'll try and get everything but the goat horn in the meantime. So that means heading for a forest, trying to find Lily of the Valley, and then going diving somewhere for diamonds and redstone. No lilies at all? No lilies for me? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. I should have taken the water breathing potion from that chest and gone diving with that. Like, it doesn't help with, like, respiration or whatever, but... none of that is quite low enough. One of the major advantages to Bingo in 1.16.5 was you knew what height you were going to find diamonds and redstone and stuff. And there were ravines in the ocean that led right to it, typically. In this generation, there's similar stuff, but it's just about finding it. And it's much harder to find with any degree of accuracy. I see some glow squid, though. Right. Let's quickly refresh our oxygen. There's redstone right here. Get the target block out of the way now so I don't worry about the wheat in my inventory. Anything that goes further down that can get us some diamonds doesn't look likely. I also don't want to lose track of where our exit is, which happens a lot when I go diving now, so let's go straight up. Oh! Quite the spike. Let's throw this. Still looking for Lily of the Valley, because otherwise we have to kill a skeleton again. I mean, if we run into a decent mountain biome and we get a screaming goat, there is still a chance. There we go, finally. Amazing how long we had to travel to get that. I mean, I could have just found some peonies, I guess, but I also don't think I saw many of those along the way. Do that. And we'll also cook... let's get 3 stone real fast. Let's cook some planks for that, and we'll throw the egg, we'll throw the glow ink. Oh yeah, we also need this. I've been sitting on this ink sack for a while because I needed grey dye too. We'll need sticks for the redstone torches. And that's the repeater done. Diamond axe, goat horn. you know, the easiest items in the game. Stone is raw! Alright, we have about 4 minutes 30 to obtain a diamond axe and find a pillager outpost. Or get a goat horn from a goat. What do we think of that mountain biome up there? I think it's too spiky. Oh, Zloy, thank you for the raid. Sorry I missed that earlier. We were deep in the bingo mindset. We also had Damon and Mana, thank you for the 8 months earlier. Yeah, I was totally missing that. My apologies. Maybonix, thank you for the 9 months. Gonna dive this shipwreck just on the off chance that it has diamonds in the loot chest. But at this stage, I don't know what would be smarter, whether it would be worth just digging down or trying to find some sort of ocean ravine, or let me get in this doorway at least. You get another treasure map. Unlikely that we'll get that, but we'll see. This is just completely blocked off. Painfully slow. Is this even the direction we want to go? It's totally not. It's totally not. Okay, there's 1 diamond in there. We're on the board. Now all we have to do is a duplication glitch. Or find 2 diamonds in a ravine, I guess. That could be the difference between finding 2 diamonds and actually being able to craft a diamond axe. See an emerald ore up there. That means it's a mountain, at least. Should theoretically be capable of spawning goats. But no, we're not going to get it at this point. We'll still try and follow through and see what the time is, but... I don't think this is really big enough to spawn any goats, but you never know. It's big enough to spawn powder snow, apparently. But no, I don't see or hear any goats. Don't see or hear any pillager outposts either. Trying to YOLO it. We need to head northwest for this anyway, so we're headed in that direction basically anyway. I really wish it was possible to hold a map in your hand and row the boat. Like an offhand thing. I can see why it's not, because you need both hands to row, but also for this part, it gets kind of frustrating. I don't go looking for... By the way, we passed our time, so my bingo PB is still 44.57. I think we did pretty well up to this point, though. If only that pillager outpost had a goat horn, we would not be in the situation we're in right now. We've just about found the treasure point, though. 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. It should be there. Okay, we got 2 diamonds. Thanks. Thanks, bud. Slowly but surely, we are accumulating diamonds. Carrying the map between the toes, I know, right? I think it's always the worst when you end up with a pillager outpost generating in a taiga biome, because for a start, they're kind of disorienting to run through, and secondly, they're really hard to spot the pillager outpost through the trees. Saw another shipwreck back there, which I might get a diamond from. At this stage, it's worth trying. Shout out to that 1 block of floating sand. That mountain biome might give us a goat. It's not the right way. Will this even have treasure chest in it? Should be in the front anyway. Yeah, okay, that's not going to have one. Doesn't have the right, like, cabin. Alright, we're going to test a theory. A theory I have had since our last run when we actually got a goat horn from a goat. Is that I was curious whether 99 had changed it so that the goats would always be screaming goats. Because we found a screaming goat and I thought the likelihood of that was fairly improbable because I've never found one in survival before. So if we do find a goat up here, I'm curious. Hello, other jumping creatures. One of them just immediately died. Rabbits in this game are so fragile. Help. Rabbits in the real world are kind of fragile too, but rabbits in this game just don't breed as fast as rabbits in the real world, so... Keep going, keep going. Alright, we are up. Do we see any goats? Not yet. No goats whatsoever. The theory continues unproven. Not quite how I expected that to go, but it worked out. Yeah, we need to call goat busters. Yes, exactly. I thought I was going to be haunting the Empire's SMP. Instead, I am haunted by the lack of goat. I need a goat in this boat. Can't tell if there's one up there or not. Another, like, ocean-bound village. Can't see the top of the mountain. Does the village go all the way up there? Oh my goodness, it does. It's a village of mountaineers. This is base camp. I feel like a village that generates like that should just have goats. Not even like in the village, like just as pets. Now, how does a landscape like this get away with not having goats, is what I want to know. Well, we have an opportunity to find out. Quite quickly. The fastest anyone has ever ascended a mountain. Oh my goodness, it's a tiger biome. There's pods all here. I just see skeletons there, and, well, there's a zombie just introduced himself. There's a creeper over there. Why is there no goats? You know what I should be doing? I should be sleeping, just to make sure it's daytime, in case any spawning can happen during the day. But I don't think that should... I don't think that should stop goats from spawning naturally with the terrain generation, so... I am flabbergasted and bewildered. Don't think this biome has goats. Then what biome does? Name a biome more suited to having mountain goats than the mountain I was just on. Pretty sure every time I have been to one of those mountain biomes, it has had goats on it. For the record. That looks like it's going to be too jungly to have a goat. Groves might have goats. At least they have a fairly straight wall I can get up. Without too many overhangs and underhangs and hangs of other kinds. This game has led me a merry dance. There are cows. Show me goats. Once again, we have been bamboozled by this video game. And once again, I have left my boat somewhere else, but it's fine because I have dolphins. Or I had dolphins. Right, we are closing in on the 1 hour mark. And at the 1 hour mark, I typically end these runs just anyway. Because I think after 1 hour, what could have been a respectable time is no longer salvageable. Could have been a PB if only for that one pillager outpost actually having a goat horn. And then, of course, providing that I found diamonds and stuff, but I'm a professional Minecraft player. I've found diamonds before. How difficult could it be, right? That's another grove biome. A biome that should by rights have goats in it. We are so far out in the world. Should really be looking around here and seeing if there's anything viable for diving. Which this might be. Well, it takes us to deep slate level right away. I need to find 1 diamond. Which so far I have not. There are several diamonds over there. At least we got everything but the goat horn done in under an hour. Feels slightly better about that now. I don't know what happened to my boat just now. There it is. Wow, look at this mountainous landscape. What sort of wildlife would one expect to find in such a mountainous landscape? Unfriendly to any creature that did not have a 7-meter vertical leap. And hooves suited to such conditions. One wonders if mayhaps... Oh, good lord. If mayhaps... a sort of goat-like creature one might even say the greatest creature of all time. There they are. Right as we hit the 1 hour mark, the elusive beast reveals itself. And there are 2 of them. Because of course there are. And also, that one is just bleating normally instead of yelling. Which at least gives me the opportunity to have my theory debunked. How you doing there? Hi. Just innocently walking away. Anytime you wanna. Solid rock wall here for you, by the way. Yeah, these goats are just vibing. I should have brought some wheat with me to lure them down here. Lure them down here with something other than the promise of kicking my butt. Hello? Just going to be vibing here for a minute. Don't know if gravel will work for getting a horn. That's why I'm standing in this corner. The promise of violence should really be enough for them. You'd think. Oi. Come down here, friend. I pretend to be AFK. Absolute garbage. Trolled once again by my nemesis. Goat watching the sunset. Poetic. Goatic, even. Oi! Yeah, you. Follow me this way. It'll only take a second. Just trying to finish a bingo run. Not here, alright? Follow me this way. I've set up a little corner. This way, come on. This is why I wanted to get one from a pillager outpost. Don't know where the other one's even gone. Up in the trees. Oh, down here by the emerald ore. That's what you wanted to show me. Let us dance once again, you and I. Need a longer runway? Do you need a... You. You, me, in here now. Now, when I give you the signal, unleash hell. All I'm trying to do is complete this bingo card so I can end the stream. And yet, you persist. You leave me no choice. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. That's right. I'm AFK now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, big man? That's right. You know what you're gonna do. Thank you. $1:08. Exactly. To the nanosecond. Milliseconds, to be fair, but no. 1:08:00:00. And that's where we'll leave today's stream. Thank you folks so much for being here, for me spiraling into madness. Some goatee madness. We're going to raid somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch. And that's going to be Joel Duggan, who I believe was supposed to be heading to a family gathering, but is spending his time here on Twitch. Maybe he's going there a little bit later, I'm not sure. But, folks, I'm going to send you over to Joel, so you can wish him a happy Easter, if that's your jam, or a happy Sunday if it's not. And I will see you folks again soon. We're going to be back on Tuesday for another Chopping Tuesday stream, so I hope you folks will be excited for that. Also, once again, Minecraft Legends is coming soon, so get excited for that. We're going to have some new content coming out for that very, very soon. So keep an eye on that. New Empires video this week as well, dealing with the previous King's request and the new Queen, I presume. I don't know. I'm not sure what nomenclature we're using at this point. But yeah, we will see how that all shakes out. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.